we'll run it at 20 fast. Fast as I can do it. Yes, this is the way. Hi guys, this is Alex from handguard Design, and today we are here on this staggeringly cold last day of March. It's like 28 degrees this morning. We had another frost. Sick. Today we're going to be walking through a Henry Mod X 357 Magnum that we built out. A little bit more tactical application. Some parts of it are finished, some parts need a little bit more work, but all in all, we figured it's time to do a video on it. And it's a really, really cool gun. I have always been a big fan of Henry lever guns, the big boys. I do have a 357 with an octagonal barrel, case hardened receiver, just gorgeous wood on it. I do like cowboy action guns, and finally snatched one of these Mod X's to build out for kind of a tactical / hunting gun. And now it's not the lightest gun. I definitely wouldn't be lugging this around the woods forever trying to shoot something, but I have always wanted to hunt Sitka deer in Maryland, and a straight walled cartridge 357 with a can is the perfect gun to shoot Sitka deer in Maryland. So right now, we ended up taking the base model Mod X, and we've put quite a bit of work into it. So we started by adding the Midwest Industries combined handguard and rail system. So not just the handguard, but the handguard and rail. And I do like this setup. It's a lot more sturdy than just the handguard setup. The installation of this rail, I'm not crazy about. I looked at the Ranger Point Precision rails as well, and they seem to be a lot more rock solid. Because I have this as more of a lightweight applicable rail, I'm not putting a lot of load on this setup. It works for me. I do notice though, you can squeeze parts of the rail and handguard, it flexes. So I do know the Ranger Point Precision handguards are a lot more sturdy. They have their own set of hardware that you put in here that is press fit, so you have no flexing of the rail, and the rails are a little thicker. I didn't want to make this a 25-pound lever gun. And not that Ranger Precision's that heavy. They can get heavy quick when you start adding all kinds of stuff to them. You wanna put a laser on here, an LPVO, it's gonna be a 15-pound gun. So, lift more, bro. Thanks for those comments, great. We did put a suppressor on it. This is a Dead Air Wolfman. It's really great with the 38, 158 grain rounds that we're running. And just notice my blade is crooked. Anyway, talked to the guys at Mad Pig Customs, and they talked about concentricities. So if you do put a suppressor on a Henry Mod X, make sure you throw an alignment rod down your bore. Make sure your can's concentric before shooting your gun. The guys at Mad Pig said that more often than not, they have had to rethread Henrys so that they're concentric. So keep that in mind before throwing a can on it. So we did the rail, have the can on it. The rail did come with this front sight post. Obviously we are running an Optic, so the front sight post is kind of useless, but it looks cool. Right? We have an Arasaka mount. This is an offset scout mount. No, side scout mount. So it's just bringing it vertical. It's not the offset. So this is just a scout mount with a scout with a UE07 and a switch. The switch and UE07 package. We actually sell this on our website, and we sell the light on our website. And this is what I'm running for a light. I use zip ties to hold down this pressure switch. I do like this pressure switch. I wanted one that had constant on and momentary. If I am night hunting with this and I have like an IR head on there, I might want constant illumination, not momentary. So that's why I have this switch on here. Moving rearward, these are the Optic mounts. This is a Optic quiver. Right here, a 2-round quiver for easier feeding straight into the open bolt. We have a chisel machine stock. These stocks are scary expensive, and they're solid construction aluminum. It's not really like skeletonized or machined in here, so it is quite a heavy stock. I don't have any experience with the Ranger Point Precision in comparing weights. I did look on their websites and I was looking for weights and I did not see it. Otherwise I would have talked about that. I do like the stock. It's really nice. It's really cool. I wish there was a way to skeletonize this grip or lighten it up, or maybe not have it solid aluminum construction, swap out the sides to G10 or something. It's a lot of aluminum. And again, we were talking about weight. This gun gets heavy quick. I have another Optic quiver down here. It's a 6-round quiver. The chisel machining comes with a really nice shoulder pad. Not that I need something this robust for 38 Special and 357. Obviously, if you're running something like 45-70, this pad is going to save your shoulder for lots of rounds downrange. Because of the handguard, you can't use your magazine tube up here. So the magazine tube that normally slides out on these, which feels like there's some resistance in there. Anyway, this you can't remove because it's hitting your suppressor, and you can't even access the loading gate for the rounds because of the handguard length. So you are going to be doing all of your loading either in open bolt and feeding the loading gate on the receiver. I like loading gates on the receiver. You can get really fast with them. You can get really good out of the quivers and speed feed. And then we are also running a HoloSun 515CM. This is just a circle. This is a circle solar powered 20mm tube optic from HoloSun. This is one of their higher end tube optics. We sell these on our website as well, and we have plenty in stock, so check them out. I think it's just a great affordable red dot for this setup. I will be swapping out the riser that came factory with it to something lower. I'd like to get a little bit lower to bore, but not too much, because I do have my switches here, so it gets it right above where my thumb is on that pressure switch. I could always move my pressure switch to the side. Right now it does a good job getting over that. Might leave it, might not. And then you do have your adjustable comb height on the chisel machine. So I have that all the way maxed out. So I have nice multiple points of contact getting behind that gun. On the bolt and the hammer side, Christ, couldn't tell you the name of the company off the top of my head. It's just their enhanced, gosh, who makes this? Anyway, it's the enhanced hammer, cocking hammer lever. Just slides right onto the back of the hammer. Has a screw on this side, a set screw inside where the knurling is, but it really makes it easy to manipulate that hammer, and it doesn't really get snagged on too much. But this is the way to go on the hammer. Internally, I do have a Ranger Point Precision takedown screw here. I have shims, so when you get these, the levers can be a little wobbly. Ranger Point Precision makes a shim kit for these, so it's easier. Instead of, if you don't have screwdrivers for gunsmithing, don't work on your Henry. Henrys do require older style, straight walled flat blades. Your typical flat blade screwdriver isn't gonna cut the mustard when taking apart a Henry. You need ones that are completely straight parallel walls downward, because these are old school style screws. These are old school style gun screws, which are straight, tapered stuff, can gall them. Ask me how I know. Anyway, I did fuck one up in the back, but this is just easy. It's easier to take apart, take down lever, so you don't have to worry about having the necessary screws on hand. They were out of stock for the stock takedown screw. The bigger takedown screw for the stock, so I'll be replacing that as well. So I have the Ranger Point shim kit in there, got rid of all the wobble, makes the lever really easy to run. There's no binding. And we also put the Ranger Point Precision sear kit in there, made the trigger super crispy. So that's the build on this. We are running one of our padded link slings that we sell on our website. This is in black. This is a weapon configurable rifle sling. So I have the pad set up for where it will sit across my trap for this weapon system, but you switch to a different gun, AR-15, you might run it more rearward, AK side folder, receiver mounted, you might run it more forward. It just gives you the opportunity to configure your pad where you want it instead of having all this length of pad. So that is the spiel on our Henry Big Boy Mod X, and let's shoot it. It's so much fun to shoot. Got a big bag of brass here in one of our A&R compact dump pouches that you can also find on the website. Sorry for all the plugs for kit that we have on the belt and weapon system, but we don't run ads in our YouTube videos because we want you to have a more enjoyable experience. So we're going to shamelessly plug our own stuff because we don't get paid to make these videos. So we hope that you spend money on our website. All right. And we are hot. We'll load off the quiver. You can drop them in there. Sometimes you just need to hit the lever twice. The 38s are a little small, so getting picked up, they can bind. Cool thing about Henrys, they're like a fine wine. They get better with time. The more your loading gate gets covered in brass, the smoother it is to feed. How did anyone survive gunfights back in the day? So much fun though. I mean, honestly, the most fun with 38. And then you can run 357 out of it if you want. Which I have right here. If you guys want to hear the difference in some Winchester soft points. Not so bad. Other than loading time, these things are, I mean, it's fun to load. These quivers can be good and bad. Before you mount your quiver, you get a chance to set tension on each individual round. This is probably the biggest problem I have with these quivers is they're individual set tensions. And then if it's cold, sometimes they loosen up. When it's hot, sometimes they get tight. And then they're really inconsistent. You know, you have the quiver in your hand and you're pressing the round in and out, but once it's on the gun, the rounds move differently and they kind of bind. If you don't push them straight up, they bind a little bit, but then like I got other ones that, like this one was tight this morning, now it's loose. That one's okay. That one's okay, that one's okay. So the quivers you're gonna have to do some maintenance on. Like my outer two, I'm gonna have to tighten a bit. This one's kind of non-existent, and then this one feels pretty good. Yeah, you might lose around there, so just keep that in mind. Go in your home, trying to save the cattle on the ranch. I am no speed shooter by any means with a lever gun, but gosh, they're fun. This gun's sick. Absolutely sick. So much fun. Well, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching this video on our custom built Henry Big Boy Mod X 357 lever gun. Talked about it in great detail, but at the end of the day, shooting should be fun for you. I think this is the other than precision rifle competitions, running lever guns is so much fun. It really is. A lot of people think they're stupid. A lot of people don't understand the point of it. You're embracing a tradition, an American tradition of, you know, weapon systems, something that people defended their properties with, guns that people went to war with, you know, conquered the West with lever guns. It's one of those things where you're able to embrace a piece of history. What, 1860, when was the Henry lever gun made? I think 18, well, anyway, go Google it. But you get to modernize a historical manufactured weapon system that's super fun. And now you can blend two worlds together and make something absolutely fantastic to shoot. Not that it wasn't prior to, but a little bit more, you know, on brand with what we kind of do as a company. Guys, go get yourself one. They're not that expensive. After you build them out, they're expensive, but you know, it's a lot of fun building them too. They're super easy to work on. You just need like an armorer's block, set of punches, some decent screwdrivers, and there's no real gunsmithing. Like, you're not going to have to use any files for anything. Well, the Ranger points you might have to do some honing, but I didn't have to get out any files or sandpaper for anything on this build. Everything was pretty much drop in, and it was a blast. It was a blast building it, and it's a blast to shoot. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate everything. We try our best to answer all the questions and comments on our videos. So yeah, thanks again.